with some hand sounds scattered in here and there. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I guess kind of where I'll start off. I mean, you guys really don't know that much about my life, so this is like, I don't really know if I would even call it a life update because you didn't know much from the start, so an update is like not really the proper term, I guess, but yeah, I guess what more recently I've been concerned about is just my lifting. It's been kind of unfortunate because I've gotten like 3 weeks of only a half week split, so I've only been able to lift Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday when normally I do Monday through Saturday with a Sunday rest day. Sunday is a rest day. But you know, so that's been kind of unfortunate because and it's always just been for like vacations and stuff, so I'm not getting my calories in, I'm not getting my meals in and stuff, so then when I come back to the gym, not only have I not been lifting, but I'm also not getting proper nutrition, and it's just like, you know, I'm not making any sort of progress, which is really frustrating because like I usually get my hopes up for this summer thinking that I'm gonna have more free time and stuff and gonna be able to like grind and be more consistent than in comparison to when I'm at school. But oftentimes because of vacation and stuff it ends up being the opposite. But like during the school years usually like probably the fall is worse because of football games probably. I tried to schedule my work this year to where I wouldn't have to work on the weekend, so I could at least have those off and like have football games off. So work shouldn't be a problem. Plus, at school I work at it's called food stores, and basically we just drive a truck around from like the food supplier area to all the dining halls before they open. So it happens really early in the morning, which is nice because then when I finish with that at like 8:30, it's like 5:30 to 8:30, so they're small shifts, which is kind of annoying on hours, but I really just need spending money. But anyway, once I'm done with that, then like the rest of my day's open. So that's nice. But the biggest interrupter usually is just like if I have too much schoolwork. But that usually really doesn't happen. I mean, I just go to the gym right after I'm finished with my class. And in architecture, like we have a studio where we get like the bulk of our work done. Like it's the most of the workload. So I can just stay like at the studio longer after class ends to get all my stuff done, and that way as soon as I leave the studio, all my work's done for the day. So then I can just go to the gym right after. But yeah, sometimes it'll be Saturday will be my rest day because of like football games or something, and then I'll just go on Sunday. But sometimes that's tough because then I have no time to like get my homework done between recovering from the game day on Saturday into Sunday. It's like I'm getting out of bed late and then not getting to the gym at a good time. And anyway, but yeah, that's been kind of frustrating recently. And I was also just running a cycle of testosterone, which is like a plant-based steroid, so it's not an anabolic steroid. I don't know if any of you guys go to the gym, but it's similar to something like ashwagandha, which is just like a root powder, and it's supposed to like mildly boost your testosterone and stuff. But I just got off of that, and that's nice usually when I'm on it because it just like brings your energy levels up and everything as well. So, but I just finished that. You're usually supposed to go like 6 weeks. Like I get about like a 6-week supply of it. And then you're supposed to take 6 weeks off. Just keeps it like a balance of your hormones. But yeah, I'm excited to go back to school. The last day of work for me is August 16th. August 16th. And then I go back to school on either the 20th because then school starts for us on the 26th. And this year, it's going to be my 21st birthday, so that'll be exciting, and it's on the 23rd, so it'll be like, I'll get to school just before my birthday, and then, my birthday's on a Friday, and then that next day, Saturday, is when, it's what our school calls 801 day, and you basically you start drinking at 801 in the morning. It sounds pretty aggressive, because it is, but it's really fun. And usually we get the folks from University of Iowa to come over too. It's usually pretty busy, it's fun. But it's kind of unfortunate timing just because I'm probably going to be like hungover or in shambles from the night before. So, but that should be fun. That's all coming up. I'm excited to check out the bars and Ames. I don't know, I've heard decent things about them. I know they really don't like letting people with fakes. So there's really not that many underclassmen there, which I guess you could say is an advantage, but I've also heard that sometimes because they're not letting in underclassmen that they just are kind of like dead. Especially some of the like lower tier bars that like upperclassmen don't want to go to anyway. But yeah, I'm mostly excited about, I was just telling my mom this earlier, and her friends, she's got her friends over right now, which is actually why I'm recording in their upstairs closet, because it's the only thing that dampens all the noise that they're making down there. But yeah, I was just telling them, like, I'm most excited to be 21 so that I'm not getting bugged at the tailgates, because yes, Ames PD will be on top of people at tailgates, which, like, it already sucks that they don't let you drink inside of the stadium. They don't sell drinks, which I really don't understand that policy, but whatever. But on top of that, even at the tailgates when you're pre-gaming and stuff, they're like handing out MIBs and stuff like crazy, and they're just prowling around on like little golf carts, handing out tickets left and right. Like even when they're with their parents. I had a buddy that got one, and he was literally like, he just had a can in his hand. He went to the bathroom there was like a porta potty right next to their site, their tailgating site, and he walked out of the bathroom and the porta potty was facing like kind of the road, like the grass path, and then their tailgate site was on the other end of just behind the porta potty, and he literally walked out of the porta potty with a can and was on his way just literally around the porta potty to where his parents and his tailgate were, and he got stopped, him and his buddy. Crazy. I don't know. I mean, like, people are gonna drink, especially at a tailgate. Like, if they're with their parents, they're not gonna get up to anything crazy, you know. Let me pause for a little bit and just do some hand sounds while I catch my breath. I haven't had to whisper like this in a while. Phew. My hands are kind of ugly. I got like grandpa hands. I probably shouldn't have gotten them that close to the screen. Anyway, speaking of being out of breath, I want to start getting back into cardio. Well, I say get back into it. Like, I've been doing it, but I haven't done cardio since I finished my last wrestling season, really. I mean, I've gone on a run like a few times here and there, but cardio ain't it. like so out of shape that like it just feels like literally like a burden. Like I feel just like kind of gross. So yesterday at the end of my workout, I did the steam room. Sometimes I'll do the sauna. I like the sauna a lot. Sauna. It's kind of a weird word. But this time I did the steam room, which by the way is like literally feels like it's 2 times hotter. It's ridiculous. It goes through these like phases. I'm pretty sure it's just timed. I wouldn't imagine they'd have like a moisture or a temperature regulator or anything like that. Maybe they do, I don't know. But yeah, it goes through these like phases where it like blasts steam out of this little tube, and it's like you can feel the steam hitting you. It is so hot. If you go into the sauna after you're in the steam room, it feels like cool. But anyway, the other day I hit the steam room and then tried out the bike. It was so annoying. I went to like 4 different bikes because I'm like, first I tried the Airdyne bike, but the Airdyne bike didn't have like a little dial on it that you could use to adjust like the resistance that you get. And so I was like, this is literally just, I'm like biking nothing. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it was too easy. Like I was like moving my limbs, but there was no resistance. It didn't really feel difficult. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, the Airdyne bike would be nice because I just hit the steam room and like it'll like cool me off pretty good. But there was not enough resistance. I'm like, I'm not even actually getting any cardiovascular benefits out of this. So then I went to a different bike and I was like, it was one of the more like chunky looking ones that have the display screens or whatever. Display screens. And there's like all these different freaking buttons on it. It's like enter weight. And then there's like 4 different modes. And I'm like, dude, can I just like turn up the resistance? Can there just be like, literally all I need is give me a time and give me like a resistance like indicator so I could just turn it up and then do it for a certain amount of time. Like, I guess they want to try and make it entertaining. I don't know. Like, make it more of a fun workout, but like, it took forever. And then it's like, enter your weight and like your heart rate goal. I'm like, dude. So I've already wasted like 5 minutes and I was supposed to be getting home for dinner. I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. So then I finally found another bike. It was one of the more minimal looking ones. I don't actually know the name of it, but it had like a solid metal plate, like as the wheel. And that one had a resistance knob. So I used that. And then biked for like 5 minutes to Skyfall by Adele. And I timed my biking intensity to the peaks of the song. So it was like turning up when it was like hitting the good parts. I prefer to have just like shorter, intense cardio, especially because I used to be a wrestler, and that's like kind of how it is. It's like wrestling. I've done a lot of different forms of cardio, including like literally like there was one time I was cutting weight for wrestling, and I would do like 20 squats in a row with like a plate or something, like lightweight, because I also didn't lift as much back then. And then immediately after, and I did all this with like a vest and like plastics, which if you don't know plastics, like it's just like, I literally had like a plastic bag around me. They sell some that are a little better, but that like seal up around you. But I didn't have that, so I literally just had a plastic bag because it makes you sweat easier. And I literally went from doing like 20 squats, went outside of the weight room, went up the stairs, ran down the hallway, ran back down the stairs, did it again. And that's still not as difficult as wrestling, one period. So, yeah, like, the coaches would always say, are you in shape or are you in wrestling shape? Because those are 2 different things. That's why I was actually also thinking about getting back into wrestling or combat sports in some way. Because, I don't know, I was pretty good at wrestling, and I enjoy, like, the sport's really tough, but I was like good at it, and like I just want to get back This is your right ear. This is your left ear. Right ear. Left ear. But anyway, yeah, I was thinking about doing that when I go back to school. I still have like my shoes and my headgear and stuff, but just to like roll around, you know. But I've also considered doing kickboxing or some form of striking because like I already have like all my wrestling stuff down and I was pretty good at that, so like I'd like to venture into something else probably at some point. But I don't know if they have like any legit classes around me for that kind of stuff. But I don't know, it'd be fun to get back into something like that as like outside of high school, just because like for me wrestling gave me a lot of anxiety, and I know it's definitely like that for like a lot of other sports and stuff, but wrestling specifically and just combat sports in general, it's like it can just be more intimidating because you're literally going out there to like physically harm another person, or you know, you're getting harmed obviously as well. But it'd be nice to like just go out there as like an adult, and it would be like a little more chill, I feel like, because like my parents probably wouldn't even know that I was doing it, or like if they did, they wouldn't be there, and like it's not like I can really let my team down. Like if I'm just doing something individually, it's like it's just kind of for fun, you know. So I feel like it'd be nice to do that and like enjoy the sport a little bit more than I did probably in high school. But I don't know where I could do that. Like I know they have like just like adult competitions where you can just sign up. But I don't know what like the prerequisites and stuff is like for that. And like I know they have weight classes in most combat sports, but it might be a little loose. I forget what they call it. It's just like a weight bracket instead of like a weight class. Cause like in wrestling, when I was in high school and I think college, they might be spread out a little more, but there's like basically just like a 5-pound range that you could be within to fight at, and if you miss that weight, then you can't wrestle at that weight. So I bet you now there's like more loose brackets. If it's something like jiu-jitsu or like kickboxing, like it's probably like a 20-pound range or something. I know they did it. I know they do stuff like that for club wrestling. Like you just kind of weigh in and then they place you in a certain bracket, and then those are the people you fight. So you might be going up against someone that's like 10 pounds lighter or 10 pounds heavier or something, but it doesn't matter as much. Some more hand sounds so I can catch my breath. It'd be better if I could just learn how to properly like control my breath while I'm whispering, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see if I actually end up getting into something like that. At the very least, I do think I want to start doing some more cardio just so I can feel a little bit better on a day-to-day. And it would also help with my lifting as well, because it'll increase my appetite, and it'll also help me push it a little further in some of my sets, like when you get close to failure, especially like on like leg day, when you're like using a lot of blood and working your muscles really hard, like your lungs are working just as hard. That's why I don't like doing like high rep stuff on leg day, because then I'm literally like my lungs are gonna give out before my legs do, and that's not the point. So, but what else is going on? But yeah, I mean, yeah, I finish my job the 16th. I go back on the 20th or 21st. Yeah, I'm excited to go back. Football games are going to be back. But I also start working literally like after the day I get back. Because it's a campus job. So I was hoping like, oh, you know, maybe I can like submit a date to start on so I don't have to start literally right away. But no. I got an email. It's like check the schedule and see and make sure that you're on it. And I check in and it's literally like the 22nd. 5:30. Well, earlier than that, I guess the clock ends 5:30. But anyway, at least let me making money right away. Because last year I didn't get a job until a couple months in, and then I quit the job because it was a cook in a pretty busy restaurant, and they didn't have enough cooks. And the manager was he was just weird, and also just like kind of passive aggressive. So it was not a great job, but I don't know. It was alright. I made like 14, but I also was literally like washing dishes most of the time, which honestly, it was better that I didn't have to be around this guy back in the kitchen, and it wasn't as intense. I didn't mind doing dishes. And then they just started scheduling me on days that I said, like way at the beginning during the interview, that I couldn't work. And I was like, alright. And then literally one of the other cooks quit, and they were like, oh, you're gonna be scheduled more. I'm like, get me out of here. I know it's a bad move, a bad look, but it's literally just a food place. And I'm like, sorry, I'm not giving you my 2 weeks. I'm out of here, bye. So, because it was also like, it was during one of the last football games or something. And I was like, I want to go to that football game. And they had me working, like, yeah. There was one time that I went to one of the games because it was earlier in the day. And then literally had to, like, leave the stadium at halftime to make it to work. I was like, this sucks. But yeah, I'm really gonna try my best to keep bringing you guys videos. I'm hoping just once a week at least, but I'm probably gonna end up having to just tell my roommates, like, hey, I'm making videos. Whatever. I'm sure I'll get clowned a little bit at first by them, but I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to like keep it a secret from them. It's just gonna be too difficult. I'm like, if I want to record, they're literally, I'm in an apartment, so they're like right next to me. I'm like, that's just not gonna work. I'm not gonna have to like, because then I'd have to wait for the right opportunity to record, and it would just become a mess. So I'm gonna have to see what my schedule ends up being like and how intense it is anyway. I'm taking 17 credits, which is like average. It's what I took like all the other semesters, but 17 credits with some classes can be a way different workload than 17 credits of another set of classes. So you never know. We'll see how it goes. I'm taking a Spanish class this year because I'm getting a minor in Spanish. So I don't know what college Spanish classes are like, but I did take Spanish in high school, and I know that it was a lot of busy work. A lot of busy work. So my expectation is that it's going to be just even more busy work than in high school. I actually went to dual language as a kid in elementary school, and so like I wasn't far off from a native speaker when I was in elementary school, not gonna lie, because they literally had us speaking Spanish like in the hallways and stuff, just like all the time. Even at recess, sometimes they would encourage us to just speak Spanish. But then we bumped down to only doing one class of Spanish in middle school, like a day, and then in high school it wasn't even like, it was just less. But anyway, then I took AP Spanish early, got my credits or whatever, and then I haven't taken a Spanish class since junior year of high school, so I'm really hoping this class won't be too intense and that it'll start to come back to me. But we'll see. Between the Spanish class and my job, and then making sure I'm still staying in the gym and working hard in all my architecture classes, it'll be interesting to see how much time I have for editing and recording videos and stuff. My hope and my plan is to get at least one video a week. I'd love to say 2, but I just don't know yet, and I don't want to promise you guys something that I can't deliver. But for now, my hope is just one video a week, so this week will probably only be one video as well. I might be able to record another one tomorrow, I'm not sure yet, but we're at about 26 minutes or 25 minutes or so. I might video here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment, let me know what you guys liked. What kind of videos you want to see in the future. Yeah, just like,